Now, from the WCIA 3 Storm Tracker Weather Center, this is your Forecast First.
Oh, those temperatures are sliding outside. We're now into the upper 50s, a few low 60s left out there, but temperatures were allowed to fall much more quickly tonight because we just don't have as much humidity in the air. Decatur is 8 degrees cooler at this hour, along with Watsika, and also Springfield. Champaign's down 4 degrees. Charleston and Mattoon down 6 degrees compared to last night. So, as you can imagine, it is going to be cooler once we finally bottom out late tonight. Low should be around 47 degrees by the noon hour, though, back up to 71. We top out at 81. Yes, another beautiful day. Coming up, though, I'll break down your weekend forecast. That is your Forecast First.
Now on WCIA 3 News.
I think that it'll definitely change the bars that we frequent.
A couple says they were attacked because of their sexuality. What they say happened inside a Champaign bar.
Plus, it's no walk in the park for some visitors. We'll show you how some bridges are falling apart.
I'm just frustrated.
Also, it's lights out on a student-run business. Find out why EIU pulled the switch.
You're watching your news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Dave Benton.
And I'm Jennifer Roscoe. An Urbana couple says they were attacked in a campus bar because they're gay. It happened at the Clybourne on 6th Street in Champaign early Sunday morning. The two women say police and bouncers didn't try to help. WCIA 3's Tanisha Shade has their story.
Ashley and Anna were out on the town last Saturday. The couple says they're used to looks but couldn't help notice stares from across the club.
He kept glaring at us the whole time.
Anna says that same man approached her.
He said this rude sexual comment to me, and Ashley got up on stage and just politely told him, to leave me alone and that I wasn't interested.
I was just like, her and I are together, can you just leave us alone? And then next thing I know, he calls over these 3 girls.
The next thing I know, he called over these girls like they were his minions, they just followed him, and all of a sudden I'm being hit in the face.
Both women say no one from the club tried to help. They say friends had to break up the fight.
He didn't like that he was rejected by a female in general, and I don't think that he liked at all that he was rejected by a homosexual.
If it was a straight couple, there's no question in my mind that something would have been done.
Now Anna is upset with the bar owner for a comment he made in a local newspaper. He's quoted as saying, "The couple's story is an over-dramatization."
This happened. For him to say, "I guarantee this did not happen," that is completely infuriating to me.
That was Tanisha Shade reporting. We called the owner of the Clybourne for comment. He didn't call back. The women have met with police, the legal aid office, and the local LGBT office on campus for help. Police are still investigating, though they have not called this a hate crime.
New tonight at 10. People in Decatur remembering victims of domestic violence. A candlelight vigil ceremony, in fact, held at St. Paul's Lutheran Church tonight. One of the candles honored Dove. The program has helped people over 40 years. October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Experts say a woman is beaten every 9 seconds in the U.S. A Danville man will spend 40 years behind bars for child pornography. 44-year-old Richard Pruitt was sentenced today in federal court. Now, he pleaded guilty to producing and advertising child porn. Officers arrested him last year in a nationwide investigation.
Men on the U of I campus are now carrying something usually meant for women. They're rape whistles. In the past 5 years, in 5 weeks, there have been 23 reports of men getting beat up near campus. The whistles are to help them feel safe. Problem is, this year's whistles aren't as loud as the old ones.
I tend to agree that the old-fashioned whistle is a little bit louder. They're both pretty shrill, though.
Thanks. He is already thinking of ditching the new whistles and going back to the old ones.
A campus building should be up and running tomorrow. Tonight, crews are pumping in clean air after a toxic vapor actually forced an evacuation. It happened at the chiller plant. It was this afternoon on Oak Street between Stadium Drive and Kirby. This plant produces cold water for the university. It is one of several on campus. Firefighters say workers were mixing chemicals when they noticed the vapor. Low levels of chlorine were found in the basement. No one was hurt. A correction to a story from yesterday. It was about the contract dispute between Dish Network and Fox Television. WCFN will not be affected by this disagreement. Our sister station will be on your TV, whether there's a deal or not.
Bridges in one of Springfield's most popular parks are crumbling, and the state says they need to be fixed. WCIA 3, Steve Steger live in our Springfield newsroom. So, Steve, how quickly do they have to move on this?
Well, Jennifer, the state is giving them a few years. Engineers say the bridge isn't an immediate danger to the public. Neither of them are, but a lot of people walking across those bridges disagree. Cars are still able to cross both bridges inside Washington Park, but anything heavier might be a problem. Engineers from IDOT say the bridges are 30% deteriorated. That means they're putting a limit on how much weight can cross. But getting cars across isn't the only thing people are worried about. These bridges are crumbling so much that they're creating little holes, and the people who walk across them every day are worried about their safety.
Concerned how stable they are. If the brick is all fallen out and all you can see is the exposed metal, how safe and how structurally sound is it?
Considering the fact that the holes are big enough for my youngest child to fall through, that's a pretty scary situation.
The bridges are near an area where many parents bring their kids.
It scares you a little bit when, you know, your boy takes off running across it. You're a little afraid when he wants to go and look at the ducks and everything.
The Park District plans to fix the problem, but it may take years.
I would hope someone is working on a plan to get them fixed sometime soon.
Now, the Park District says that the cost of repairing those bridges could reach over $1 million. They're working on getting money to help repair those bridges from the county. Live in the Springfield newsroom, Steve Steger, WCIA 3 News.
A plan to clean up yard waste goes up in smoke in Mattoon. City leaders thought burning it would be cheaper and easier. It just created a mess. Well, the city is now back to the drawing board. Leaf collection will start in just 2 weeks, and leaders doubt they'll have a solution by then. A bright idea now dim for a couple of Eastern Illinois University students. The two thought their lamp business would be a huge success. Instead, the university shut it down. WCIA 3's Ashley Sears is here now. You're looking into why this is happening. Basically, they were making some pretty unique lamps.
Yeah, Dave, they made them out of alcohol bottles. They say they had every right to sell them on campus. The school has a different story. Sean Wiggin and Anton Jefferson thought their budding business would take off.
We're a startup company and we just want to get our name out there.
They tried selling these lamps on campus last Friday, but the university made them close up shop.
Been getting complaints that people are selling booze on the corner.
The pair explained they weren't being shady. They were just making good use out of what would have been thrown away.
It just really felt like everybody was holding down our entrepreneur spirit.
EIU says it wasn't an issue with the product, but the permit.
We got the proper permission and all the protocols were right, and we got shut down.
Now Wiggin and Jefferson are using the setback as motivation.
We're going to move forward, and it's just going to make us stronger. It forces us to work harder, get out there and grind harder.
And the pair says they're not encouraging students to drink. Their business slogan, don't drink your lights out. And now they're looking for other permits to safely sell their product in Charleston. Dave?
All right, we'll see what happens there. Ashley, thanks very much.
Yoga, more than just exercise for some. Why people are using the workout to beat cancer.
Also tonight, a landmark case is hitting the big screen.
A woman says no to religion, and that's what's playing at this movie theater right behind me.
Plus, ghosts and goblins are spotted on the state fairgrounds. We'll tell you what they're up to.
Well, you can't miss this, can you? You can't watch it enough, actually. Our very own Andrew Wilder's attempt to do a soccer stunt. Stay with us for much more of this.
Live from your news leader, Jennifer Roscoe, Dave Benton, meteorologist Jennifer Catchmark with Storm Tracker weather, and Aaron Bennett on sports. You're watching WCIA 3 News at 10.